Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Excuse me, that's what I was just about to tell you. I have been ill this week. I wasn't in work on Monday, just been. Nick had a cold and I thought he was lying about how rotten he felt until I caught it. So I wasn't well last weekend. I think I might have mentioned it in the video actually, I can't remember, but I wasn't well, and then Monday felt worse still, so I didn't go into work. But then today it seems to have sort of crept back a bit. I can hear in my voice that I'm not quite right, and I'm quite short of breath, so if there's any weird jump cuts, it's because I've had to stop and cough. The only other thing to say is that it is Friday when I'm filming this, and I don't think I've ever filmed a video on a Friday. But Nick had time off that he needed to take before April, so I took some days off to just do some stuff together. I say days off, I've taken today and Monday coming off as annual leave. But then he got called into work. I think it was a job that didn't go ahead before he went on his annual leave, had to be rescheduled for today. So he's had to go in. So that means it's not a day off together. So I've been keeping myself company, which I am quite good at. I don't mind some time on my own. I finished the book I was reading and I popped into town earlier. So yeah, let's get started with a check-in actually, and I'll talk you through it all. Okay, so I last filmed on Saturday. So on Sunday, I popped into Lidl and did my weekly shop. That was £17.80 and then £7.50 in Co-op. I'm trying to think what that was. That was some more groceries that I didn't get in Lidl. That was, I spent on my card for that, and that was cash in Lidl. Excuse me. Then Monday was the day off that I had, and you know when you don't feel well and you don't know what you want to eat. So in the end we got Taco Bell, which was not great, but we were meant to have book club on the 18th, but I cancelled because my friend is going on holiday, so I didn't want to spread any germs with her. So actually the money that I would have spent at book club, basically the eating out money, went here. So that came out of miscellaneous. So I'll do that now. So yeah, it wasn't a great choice on my part, but I enjoyed it, and it wasn't as expensive as book club would have been. So all in all, not the end of the world. Then on Tuesday, back to work. So £3.50 in Co-op. Again, I wasn't feeling 100% and I didn't fancy the soup I had, which yeah. So I did buy a meal deal from Co-op and 56p in Co-op. What was that on? What a random amount. 56p in Co-op. Oh, I know what that was. That was some spaghetti hoops. So that was groceries. Then £22 and a penny on petrol. And then £9.89 in the chemist. That was on some ibuprofen and codeine, because the headache that I had, I think as well, might just be me because of all the tablets that I take. I will take anything to make myself feel better when I'm not well. So I'd taken a few different things, and then it just had left me with such a bad headache. So I bought some ibuprofen codeine. It's not great, is it, as a habit? I don't have a drug habit, guys. I've just realised how awful I've made myself sound, but that's what that money was. That came out of my health pot. Then Wednesday, I was feeling better. 72p on Co-op. In Co-op, that was a bread roll and a banana. £2 in budgeons was on some Pepsi Max. And then I stopped at Tesco on the way home. £15. This was on some bits to take into it. It was a hot chocolate and I can't think what else, but that was on some bits, supplies for work. Then £10.20 in Co-op. This was unbudgeted, if I'm being truthful. I bought what did I buy? I bought some biscuits, like the nice ones, just to have after dinner. I bought some bits for dinner on the way home. And that whole thing of don't go shopping when you're hungry, 100%. I vividly remember I was just walking around Tesco feeling a bit faint. I do that sometimes in Tesco. I don't know what it is. If I stop there after work, I get a bit, I don't know if it's a blood sugar thing, I get a bit hot and sweaty and just not great. So I end up grabbing not crap, because if you remember, I'm doing Lent, so I didn't buy any chocolate or anything like that. I bought actually some raisins and cashew nuts, which is not cheap. So that's where that went, and that was unbudgeted. Next day, Thursday, £4.45 in Co-op. I went in there to get a bread roll. They did not have the bread roll, and I didn't want to, this is such justifying my spends, but I didn't want to buy a pack of bread rolls because I think there's 6, knowing I wasn't in work for 1, 2, 3, 4 days after it, and then they'd go bad. So I bought a meal deal. So that was £3.50, and then another 75p on top. What would that have been? I cannot think what that was. Maybe it was something. Oh, that's not 75p anyway. That's 95p. That was some crumpets. I had crumpets for dinner after I'd been to the gym. But I'll just put that all down as work. And then today I went into town, as I said. I bought Greg's for lunch. I bought a sandwich, and then I bought a sausage roll to give to Wilbur. So that came out of my groceries. My digital groceries pot tops up every Friday. So that came out of there. Then £4.78 in Sostrain Gren. I don't know how we're saying that shop's name. That was on... What was that on? That was literally earlier today. I don't know why I can't think. That was on some like stationery bits. I'm a sucker for stationery, and they do some really cute bits in there. That came out of my fun money. And then £10.22 in Boots. That was on, I don't need a new pen, sorry. That was on some cleanser. So that came out of my beauty pot. And then actually, where's my pen? I've literally just before opening this up and videoing this, I spent £67 and what would it be, 29 pence on Tala. There is a jacket, a bomber jacket that I keep seeing everywhere, and my friend actually owns it, and I wore it when we went, where did we go? We went somewhere earlier in the year, and it was really cold, and I borrowed it quickly, and it was such a nice jacket, and I've seen it. I keep having videos. They've obviously seen that I've looked at it, haven't they? So they keep targeting me. But actually, again, this is another targeted marketing strategy. I am aware of that. But it should be like £150, way overpriced if you ask me, but that is what it says it is. And it was on sale for 63, and then there's the packaging on top. So not great, but not £150, is it? And something I am very good at is if it doesn't meet my expectations in person, or it doesn't fit right or anything like that, I will send it back. So I've put it in there. We'll see if I end up keeping it. I'll report back, because hopefully it should be here by this time next week. But yeah, that was fun money as well. I was doing that thing where, again, it's like a beginning of the month thing, isn't it? I was like, I've got loads of money. And then I hadn't spent anything from my fun money. And I was like, I wonder how long I can keep my fun budget going without spending anything. Blown it all really today, haven't I? But that's where we're at. So let's move into my cash stuffing. So I realised I didn't say at the beginning of this video, today I'm cash stuffing, doing some challenges in my spring binder. And I've also decided the money that I saved in my winter binder, I'm going to reallocate into my iris binder. So that's what we're doing today. I have got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80 pounds in cash to stuff. And then I've got to update my digital envelopes and cash stuff some digital money as well. So let's start off with seeing what was left from last week in the purse. So beauty, that had £30 in it, and I spent £10.22. So it's got about £25 left in there. So let's put that like that. So £25 left in beauty for the month. Eating out, I didn't use all of this, but I did spend roughly £10. So that leaves me with 15 in there, and I'll just leave that to roll over because I'm going to top it up later in the month, because we've got some bits, more eating out. I don't know if I said last week, more eating out than I normally do. Sorry, let me just sort this out. I've got more eating out than I normally do. I've got more events going on this month, so I'll just leave that in there for now. My plan is that if I don't spend it all, I will cash stuff what is left of the eating out money. I'm hoping to not spend it all, if I'm honest. I've sort of over budgeted for one of the other things I've got going on. But yeah, we'll cross that when we come to it. Fun money, that's taken a huge hit, as we know. So I will take out these 250s. It had 100. I've spent about 71-ish, I think it is. So I've got £28.34. So I've got one of these placeholders that I sell in my Etsy, where you can just write in the amount. So £28.34 in there. Groceries had £10 left. So let's put that here. We're going to do challenges with that. And then, let me restuff it. I keep forgetting to do that, don't I? £30 is going in for next week. Petrol had £5 left, and it's got some change as well. So again, £30 going in for next week. I'm really hoping to have a decent amount left over because, as we said, I didn't go into work Monday because I was ill, although that would have affected last week's, wouldn't it? Because I cash stuffed it on, I did it on the Tuesday. But anyway, I've not been in today, obviously, and I won't be in next Monday. So that's 2 days of not driving to work. So I'm hoping that will have a difference when it comes to me filling up next week. And then change, I have got 2, 3, 20p and another 2, so £5.20 in change. So that's everything in there. So moving into my digital pots, Botox isn't getting anything, Days Out isn't getting anything, Effit's not getting anything. Gifts I have spent, did I do that last week? Did I check in? Let me just check whether I did that last week. Yeah, gifts I did last week, so that is accurate. Hair is getting £35, so it has already got 35 in there, so another 35 makes that 70. So how are we going to do this? Let's put in 2 20s. So 20, 40, 60, £70 in hair. I'll need to make one more £35 payment next month, and then I am fully funded. Home, which is health, is down to nothing, or very little anyway, because I spent £9 on those tablets, so that is empty. Nick is getting £20, and then pets hasn't had anything happen to it, so that is as it is. Okay, so into the Love in Full Bloom spring binder. I'm obsessed with how this has turned out. I'm really pleased with it. When I first got these clear binders, I wasn't sure, particularly with how sort of warped it was, and it still is a little bit, to be honest, but it's fine now, it's stuffed. So really happy with how this has turned out. So let's begin with fill the dots. Just put it to the side. Should I zoom you in on these? I've realised when I edit them sometimes they're really far out, aren't they? So let's just zoom it in a little bit. Hopefully that's a bit better. So let's roll for this a 5. That's fine, we can do that. So 5 in here, and 5 is a turquoise colour. So, is it this one that I did it with? It is. That's not like me to get it first time, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 5. That's really messy. Never mind. I'm sure you're not here for the colouring, are you? Anyway, 5 of those done. Pop that back in. Then on to Candy Skies. The next thing I have to do is save £5. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take 5 out. Am I in shot with that one? That's better, isn't it? Take 5 out and put 10 in, like that. So next week we've got £2. That's a nice one. Oh gosh. Pages to Pounds. I think I mentioned earlier I finished my book today. I read, I think it was called House of Mirrors by Erin Kelly. I really like her books. They are sort of mysteries, crime. The first one I read was He Said, She Said years ago, and I really loved it. So I think she's an author that when you pick up one of her books, you know you're in safe hands and it's going to be good. That said, this wasn't my favourite book of hers. It was a good crime. It was a good, is it crime? It is a crime or a thriller. It was good pacing, but sometimes a bit hard to follow. Yeah, if you've read it, let me know and we can have a chat about it because I won't bore you all. But that was 390 pages on my Kindle, so £3.90 in there. And now I need to decide what my next book will be, actually. But I'm really pleased, I've said it last time, with how this has come along. We're sort of halfway through now. So yeah, hopefully by the middle of the year this will be finished and I can start again. Then I think I will do my March from Babes at Budget Shop. Let's get a nice green pen out, and I think I'll just do a £5 in here today, because I do want to get some of the other ones done as well. So £5 in there. And then I'm going to leave Lily Rain for now. Let's do heads or tails. Oh God, now you've got to see me try and flick. Maybe I need to invest in one of those proper flicker things. Let's do it with a 20. Hopefully that'll make less noise. If I cut this, it's because it made a horrendous noise, because there's no way I'm catching. Okay, that's fun. Heads, that's fine. So that is £1. Where's a pen? Right. That's £1 going in there. So that actually leaves me with £4. So what am I going to do? Shall we do a hot cross bun? Let's do that. Let's do the first. In fact, let me swap this up for £2 for £2. Am I in? I'm worried that now I've zoomed in, I'm not going to be in shot, but I think I'm okay. Let's take out £2 coins and put 2 in there. So let's go back to hot cross buns, and we will do one of these. Let's do the first one. I like her little buns on the bum. £1 in there. And then let's do spring roller. So my plan for this is I will roll the dice, and I'm going to ignore what it tells me to do. I'm going to roll the dice, cross it off, and I'll just save £1 for that one. Or roll the dice twice rather, sorry. So 1, I'll do a cross first and then down. 1 and 5. So a cute little rainbow. Let's get a nice purple pen for this. So that's that one gone. And I'll put £1 in there. And then what I think I will do actually is go back to Lily Rain Designs and put the last £2 to get this one started. So actually, I'm quite pleased with that. A few of them got some love there. Oops. And then I've got 20p left. See, that's the wonkiness of it there. How am I going to fix that? There we go. I've got 20p left, so let's put that into my coin tin. Can I cross off a 20? 20's already gone, but I could do 18. No, I can't do 18 and 2. What can I do? 14 and 6. No, 12 and 8. Let's do that. This is so nearly done. I just want it done now. But my pound coins are being used. Oh, that's really wonky. My pound coins are being used in the binder, so I can't just sort of fast track it, but nearly there. So hopefully not much longer. Okay, so as I mentioned at the start, the final thing I want to do is reallocate the money that I saved in my winter binder. I had to think about what I wanted to do, and I thought it was better to put it somewhere dedicated rather than just have it in the wallets in the house, because that is a surefire way for me to lose it. So I'm going to put any money that isn't dedicated for something. So if you remember in my winter binder, I saved for our anniversary, and obviously that money got spent. Any money that's not got a place to go to is just going to go into my iris binder. So I'm thinking for that, that's really going to be the money from my Lily Rain Designs and Babes at Budget yearly challenges. I have also got my Pancake Profits money, but what I'm going to do with that is, I don't know if I've mentioned this, I'm going to see Usher in a couple of weeks, and I want to buy some merch. So I've got £20 in Pancake Profits. It's not going to get me very far in terms of merch, but it's quite nice to just have that, I thought. And even if I buy like a t-shirt, I'll just use that money towards it. So that is not going to go into the iris binder yet. So that means, so yeah, I've just been keeping the money to one side. So in here is just my generic challenges. So there is the 20 from Pancake Profits. I might just keep that there for now and see how the money plays out. You know, what denominations I've got to then put in my iris binder. But for February and March in Babes at Budget, and I've got more in there, that right? Just not February and March, January and February, sorry. Babes at Budget and Lily Rain Designs. I have got a total of, what have I got? I've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 20, 30, 130 pounds, 132 pounds in total. But I'm just going to put that one back in because I'm always going to have an odd amount because every Lily Rain design saves 16. So I think I did some changing around with my petrol money to put this into notes rather than have a load of pound coins. But I'm just going to keep the £2 in there as a rollover, and then when it eventually is time that I've got, you know, enough to make a note out of it, I'll do that. So that's what I'll do for now. But here is my iris binder. Now, I used this before and I had to clear it out to pay for the vets for Coco. So I used that blooming pen, the metallic Sharpie. Don't use them if you've got them because it just doesn't come clean. So I will need to clean all this off. But for now, I'm just going to stuff it and then I'll work that out later because, yeah, do not use them. It takes forever and they just don't come off. If anyone's got any tips on how to get it off, please do let me know because it is driving me insane. But yes, let's get going. I'm just going to work through in order and stuff what I can. So first of all, 15 in the first one, 20 next, 5, 15, 10, 5, and then I've got some 15s. What am I going to do? Let's do a 5. There's a 20. What I could do actually, let's change this. Let's swap that for a 20. 20, no, 15. Is that right? Yeah. 15, 20, 10. I've got 15 left. What should I do? Let's just put that in there. So that is the iris binder done. So what did I do? 130? So that's pretty good going actually for a first sort of stuff. I'm pleased with that. And that was everything. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how your budgets are going as ever. I love having a chat down below. Let me know how your week's been as well, and what you've been up to and what your plans for the weekend are actually. As I said, I never film on a Friday, so I never have the weekend ahead of me when I do this. So I don't know what we've got planned actually. No idea. But anyway, I hope you enjoy your weekends. I hope you've had a great week and I will see you next time for another video.